Gregor or Mayweather?
Are we changing subjects?
Yes.
Look, Mayweather is a way better boxer. There's just no doubt about it. He's one of the greatest boxers, if not the greatest boxer that's ever lived. And even though he's smaller, you're talking about a completely different level of skill, a completely different level of understanding of the subtle nuances of boxing. But that said, Conor McGregor is not incompetent. He's very dangerous. Floyd Mayweather is a way better boxer, but Conor McGregor is dangerous as fuck. And he has a really deceptive ability to move in and move out. He can cover distance very quickly.
Yeah.
And he can do so in a weird way. He can do so in a way where he might stun you. He might stun you and he might catch you early, and he hits really fucking hard.
I agree to that.
If Floyd can figure him out and start using his jab and using his movement. See, Floyd has traditionally had problems with southpaws, but he's never lost to one. He's talking about professional boxers. You also have the bigger glove factor. Conor's going to be wearing bigger gloves than he's ever fought in the UFC before. The UFC gloves are 4 ounces. Most likely, if I was Floyd, I would insist on 10-ounce gloves. I would want this motherfucker to have a lot of padding on his knuckles.
Go 8.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do that. I think everything
Conor
below
knock
one.
that sucker out.
Oh, you're so silly. What is the weight? What is the weight that they wear above 160? I think it's 10 ounces above 160 and 8 ounces below.
I've been to 2 Conor fights with you.
He's incredible.
And all I can say is when Conor hits a guy, their face instantly shows the fact that they don't know that it was really that. Is that fair to say?
They don't know that it was really that, meaning that he hits so hard, he stuns them.
I think people say, I know I'm going to get hit with that left, but when they actually get hit with the left, a person's expression reveals what they actually felt. And I think people feel like it's harder than what they did in training.
Well, you know that people
Is that true?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know that people can run faster than people, right? You know there's certain people that have special gifts.
Right.
They have special gifts of athletic movement, and some people have, in extraordinary ways, gifts of power when it comes to striking. And it doesn't make any sense. But I've seen it from people where you see what you think is hard, and then you see someone else, and you go, what in the fuck? Face off.
Conor?
So you don't
Mayweather.
know. You don't know because we've never seen Conor box.
What would you say?
Mayweather's a way better boxer, but the consequences of Conor hitting you should be greater, and I say should be because I think he's certainly a stronger puncher than Mayweather, right?
Right.
But
I would agree.
He has boxing gloves on. And now, how much more of an effect is his punch going to have when he has a giant padded glove? You know, I would assume there's going to be a diminishing amount of the impact.
Be less.
Yes, for sure. But how much? Also, the ability to block punches. It's far easier to block punches when you have big gloves on. Because when you have big gloves on, if you watch a guy like Floyd, he catches punches.
It's a shield.
Yes.
Right.
He catches punches, and
or even deflection.
And he's magical at moving away with them. Like he gets hit, and he's hopping away on his feet, so you're catching the end of shots.
I don't know. Conor, as much as... I mean, I'm not a UFC buff, but all I can say is I've seen Conor McGregor shots go in when I didn't even know they were going there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But again, a 4-ounce glove is lighter than an 8-ounce glove. The punches are not going to be as fast. If it's a 10-ounce glove, it's definitely slower than a 10-ounce glove.
That's a good separation of boxing versus UFC then.
Well, there's also a good separation of the fact that there's many more openings when you have smaller gloves. When you have smaller gloves, it's much more difficult to cover your face. So Conor has extraordinary power. He's got extraordinary movement, and he's bigger. He's a far bigger guy. I mean, he's a big-framed guy, and he's strong and young. Floyd Mayweather is 40 years old. He's arguably the greatest boxer of all time. I mean, he's a phenomenal craftsman. Like, the way he understands the art of hitting and not being hit is extraordinary. Because he's not running away from guys.
No.
He'll stand right in front of you.
Right?
Yeah. He'll stand right in front of you and be untouchable. He's only been rocked, like legitimately rocked, maybe twice or 3 times in his whole career. He's outstanding.
Do you think he's got the heart to really stand through a full fight with Mayweather?
Well, he certainly does because he went through a full fight with Nate Diaz. He won the rematch in a 5-round war.
Yeah, which was good.
It's you can never guess. Like anybody who guesses what a guy has, like as far as heart and determination, it's foolish. He'll show you with his actions, or she'll show you with her actions. You can't guess. So whenever people guess, they start saying like, oh, he'll never be able to survive a tough fight, or oh, he doesn't have the guts. Then you mistake like your understanding of what you see in front of you for what's going to happen. And that's what a lot of people did with Muhammad Ali versus George Foreman. It's a lot of people do in a lot of fights. One of the things that makes this fight intriguing is we've never seen Floyd box a guy like Conor McGregor, and we've definitely never seen Conor McGregor box, especially at a level that the UFC, or excuse me, that Floyd Mayweather is at. So him coming from being a 2-division UFC champion will help his confidence. He'll be scary. And one of the things that he said that's a psychological thing that no one could ever say to Floyd before, he said, listen, the way he goes, the only reason why this thing is fair is because we're playing by boxing rules. If it was a fight, I would fucking kill him. And the way he said it was like
100% accurate.
100% accurate. And he said in saying that something no one's ever been able to say to Floyd. Yeah. I will fuck you up. Like, and Floyd's going to know that at any moment. If Conor wanted to slide a little back and start kicking his face or kicking his legs out from under him, he would know what the fuck to do. Do you think he knows how to block a wheel kick? He's going to get kicked in the back of the fucking head.
Say Conor popped the referee and then just wheel kicked Mayweather.
He would have to get close enough to him to do that.
I don't know. I think he's going to freaking rock him.
A lot of people in America do, and that's why we're going to sell it on pay-per-view. John Dudley, pay-per-view, coming soon. Apparently they're trying to do it in September.
Here. We got hog to cook before I got a flight.
They're trying to do it in September, so that's what I heard on the internet.